Hey, I'm Jen Navarro, and I'm a brand strategist building my personal brand here on YouTube. And in today's video, we're going to talk about something that is rarely even discussed in the YouTube space or online in the social media space in general: inspiration versus intimidation. Why do I want to talk about inspiration versus intimidation? Well, the truth is I've been trying to start this YouTube journey for a little while now. I mean, I literally put up my very first video on the first channel I had in 2015, and it never went anywhere after that until about 9 months ago. And I started posting here on YouTube, and it was just very, very random. So I'm starting again. And as I'm starting, I know what my weaknesses are in building this channel. And one of my weaknesses is consistency. And so through building this channel here with you, in front of you, I'm learning how to become consistent and stay inspired through this process of building this channel. Now, I had this huge realization this morning when I was getting ready, and I mean, I listened to YouTube videos, and when I say I listen, I literally have the YouTube video on, and it can be just resting on my sink as I'm getting ready in the morning, or as I'm making my coffee, I'll have a YouTube video on and I'm just listening to the video. So this morning I decided to check out a channel that was suggested by another creator that I follow here on YouTube. And I checked out the channel called Silver and Solo. Don't know a lot about her channel, but from the 2 videos I watched of hers, I was instantly inspired. I don't know if I'm actually in Silver and Solo's target audience, but regardless, I started realizing, especially once I hit my later 30s, early 40s, that the type of inspiration I'm looking for here on YouTube isn't from these big YouTube gurus or these giant channels where they have over 1 million followers or even over 100,000 followers. I do love some of these creators in that space, of course, because they are inspirational. Their videos are polished. It's very easy to watch them. But sometimes, and I'm just being completely honest here, I get intimidated when I watch those videos. And then what I end up doing is watching those videos and taking mental notes or even taking written notes, and I never end up just going and doing the thing, meaning sitting down, planning a video, filming a video, getting it edited, and getting it posted. But recently, I've been discovering what has actually been inspiring me to create. What I want is to move past the hurdles that I have in these mindset blocks that I have around just actually getting it done and posting a video. And I'm somebody who loves strategy as a brand strategist, and I love learning about what works, what doesn't work, what new techniques people are using, what new strategies people are using, what's going on with the algorithm. I love learning all of that and having all of that info in my brain. Like I said before, I have ADHD, and it's one of my hyperfixations to learn about strategy. But a lot of the time, if I'm being completely honest, the strategy isn't actually helping me to take action. So what I saw in Silver and Solo's videos was that I'm like her, right? She's like me. I feel like she is 2-3 steps ahead of me in this YouTube game. Same with Alexa Saranoia, same with my friend Jordan. They feel like they're 2-3 steps ahead of me, and they make the journey of building and growing a YouTube following doable. They inspire me because I don't feel like they're doing something secretive behind the scenes that I'm never going to be able to either comprehend or understand myself. They all, if you watch any of their videos, say that they started Scrappy, right? I know that Silver and Solo is actually filming her videos using her iPhone. And I know that Alexa is using a MacBook Air where she can't even keep one video on the computer or else it clogs up the memory on her computer and she's unable to edit. And so just knowing these little stories about how they're doing it scrappy and they're just doing it and making sure they go through the motions of getting it done, filming a video, getting it edited and posting it, and letting it be okay that the process that they're using in the system or lack thereof is just do it messy but get it done is so inspiring to me as someone who has every excuse in the book as to why I can't just get a video posted, right? It's inspiring to me because I'm unintimidated by the way that they're allowing themselves to show up. That is actually inspiring to me instead of intimidating. Like somebody who can let themselves show up and not let perfectionism get in the way of taking action is something that I have been wanting to do, a skill that I've been wanting to hone for the last few years now. And I finally made the commitment to myself as I'm building my personal brand here on YouTube to finally go for, right? To finally let myself just begin at the very beginning. Let myself start from ground zero and build up from ground zero. That's also something that I know I have a problem with, letting myself be really vulnerable and not be an expert at something and allow myself to grow in front of an audience. Let an audience follow my journey, follow my process, let myself mess up along the way because it's somehow worth it to me. Right? It's somehow worth it to me to show myself that I can actually do this. And so when I was thinking about what I should talk about in today's video, it was so clear that the one thing that made a difference for me on this part of my YouTube journey is that I found people who actually inspire me instead of intimidate me. The first creator who I connected with is my friend Jordan. We met each other in person and I didn't even realize she had a YouTube channel. And when I started watching her YouTube videos, I was like, tell me what it is that you're doing. Like, what inspires you to make videos? What actually got you to start building the YouTube channel? And through so many conversations with her and just hearing about how she lets scrappiness and the just do it mentality and attitude drive her. It's such an inspiration to me, someone who has those mindset blocks around just letting myself do it and do it messy and do it imperfectly. If you are in the process of wanting to build your personal brand, if you're wanting to get on any social media platform, whether it be YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, Facebook, whatever it might be, it's going to be real easy for you to find people who are going to give you all sorts of instructions and lessons and masterclasses and trainings on strategy and what the best strategy is that you should be using to grow really quickly. But if all of that just sits in your mind as an idea and you never actually go and execute on any of what you're learning, then what's happening to you is probably the same thing that was happening to me, and you're experiencing the feeling of intimidation rather than the feeling of inspiration. So I am going to draw a line in the sand here, and I'm going to say that if you ever come across something, and whatever it might be, it could be a podcast, YouTube video, a TikTok video, whatever it might be, and it immediately sparks the feeling of I must do this right now, and you actually go and take action, that piece of content is inspiring to you, especially if it's not coming from like a social media guru, say, if it's coming from somebody who seems like they could be your friend, who they're just a few steps ahead of you, let that be something that brings into your awareness that what you've actually just watched is inspiring instead of just either entertaining or intimidating. Right? Let yourself search for these types of creators to inspire you into action. I started building these lists. This is a whole other story. I'm going off on a tangent here, but I started building these lists or saving these pieces of content on Instagram, on YouTube, and on TikTok, where the creators are 60 and over, because I made the decision that I want to be inspired by people who are not only ahead of me in the game, but ahead of me in life, who have lived more, who have had more life experience than I've had, because I want to look at somebody who's lived a life that I am inspired to live or inspired to try in my life, right? Like, I want to see somebody who is ahead of me, who is actually older than me, who has more experience, has more years under their belt, has more stories about what it is that they've gone through. And once I started building up these saved lists on those platforms, I've noticed that it is so much more easy for me to show up as I am, and to show up in a way where I'm not trying to be perfect, or I'm not trying to be an expert, where I'm just sharing whatever my experience is and hoping that it reaches the people who needed to hear whatever it was that I was saying in that piece of content from me. Because I do believe that there's someone out there for everyone. I believe that you exist to deliver a message to somebody who's meant to hear it from you. And I believe the same about me. So, moral of the story, lesson for this video today is, if you find yourself feeling stuck in content creation or in any step of your personal branding journey, then you might actually be watching a whole lot of intimidating pieces of content. And so I want to suggest or recommend, just from my experience, that if you find or look for pieces of content that are actually just inspiring to you and get you to actually take action, move towards whatever it is that you are shooting for with your personal brand, like post that first post on the new platform you want to get onto, or film the thing that you've been waiting to film until you have all the most up-to-date and perfect equipment. If you find somebody who moves you past that thought or that mindset block that you might have around just getting started, follow that person, follow that idea about what it is that's actually inspiring to you. Find more of that type of person and let that be what you expose your mind to, so that you get the ball rolling and you start taking action on moving towards your personal branding dreams. So that's all I got for you today. I just wanted to share what was super inspiring for me this morning as I was getting ready. Hopefully it inspires you. Let me know in the comments if you have any of these type of creators that you're following on any of those social media platforms. I love to discover new creators who I feel like can be an inspiration for me on my journey. So that's all I got for you. Looking forward to seeing you on the next one. Hope you have a great day.